Greetings to the class, Jaded, once again, here to talk about your memory. So let's look at the memory in and of itself. Let's understand the foundation, the reason you guys are so obsessed with reasons, causes, and effect, which is the birthing right of memory. That's where you pull from for reasons, eventualities. So let's go to memory itself and why it was actually created. Because you guys can abstain from your democracy of inquisitive on whys and whys not. So we'll just go ahead and give you a reason. To understand time, you have to have a memory, period. Time needs memory to be understood, to be experienced. It's a complementary idea. It's a symbiotic relationship, whatever you want to call it. Without time, there's no memory, right? Because experience takes place in the now, and the only way to relate to experience, I have done this, I will do that, is through a reference point. And what holds and account references? Memories. But see, the memories don't mean anything unless they're added up somewhere in your space-time location. It needs to be somewhere in reference to you so you have time to put it somewhere. Time needs to be here so you can place memories wherever in time. And there's so many memories that it's quite spooky, and I see wherever you want, but you got to place it in time, right? You guys think there's only one place to put it in a timeline history. Memories are everywhere. They're everywhere, skewing about in time. Time capsules. You guys had that idea about that, which, you know, let's say, rubbed away the tarnish a little bit to let your silver shine a little more about time. And now we're going to express the memory. So we got to look at something about your memory now. Understanding its elementals, foundations, memory, time, memory, time, symbiotic, foundation, got it. Memory gives you experience. The now gives you experience. The two are different relationships to reality. There are more bent light than that relationship you're having with memory. There's other additives to give you a different experience of memory and time combined, which is a little bit freaky for the human mind, but some of you can do that. There are probables and parallels and para-universes and stuff, such like that. Anyways, so I understand myself as this point of view because of my memory, right? Roxy knows herself as she is because literally of her memory. She's defined by it as a standard. And as you guys journey through your life, you shed your memories. Some of you call them truths, and they are truth, but where do they sit in time? Where? In your memory bank, right? You rely on the social memory complex as a reliability source. What you have experienced, you must pull from as a reality giver. Why do you feel comfortable? Something comfortable comes along. Something gives you comfort. Well, because your memory says this experience is comfortable. Only memory gives you comfort. Nothing else can give you that. The equation to experience takes a comfortable experience to have comfort, right? It must have been assessed, firstly, as comfort. Once it was that decree, it became a match with the human instinct, emotion, your human relationship to place your experience. Your instinct is to place it in emotion, right? So now you are emotional with comfort. You have a relationship. It's gone until you decorate the reality in a frequency remembrance, right? In other words, you are in a now, and up comes a frequency remembrance of the same experience. So you deem it as bringing you comfort, right? All of it is memory. Memory is a big motherfucker. Huge. It is how you work your life. The memory is created in the moment. But see, that sounds small to me. Only your memory is created in the moment as a vibrational attraction. Then the choice is made. But you only can see so much of your memory because of your vibrational eyes. In other words, how much light you can let in to experience as probability choice within the memory complex, validating a certain now, this now, with a certain now that it holds accountable as valuable, true. It's a match. It's not a cause and effect. It's just a simple match. Yes. All right. Give me something. I'm going to be an idea of today. I'm going to write this down so I can see it in Roxy's clarity and make sure it's vibrating with an equacy of what I'm portraying. So today is an experience, and now it is moving. You see it? We're going to pretend together that history goes left. So from your eyes, left is history, right is future. Okay. So that today experience is already getting memorized. Memorized and mesmerized. Truly. That was funny. So you can see it moving, okay, in the nows. So it is moving. It actually moves much slower because you have so many finite nows, but you can't see them, so we'll just give you reference. So you can see this experience of today is moving, but it's always there. Now, it doesn't come up until this mind, memory, equation as existence, as valid. It doesn't turn on, right? No circuitries are turned on until focus is given. No light switches flip, no monsters start to dance. Nothing happens in your world until someone gives it energy, right? So your habit, your truth, gives you an experience, right? In the now, and it becomes time. So you keep getting this input, but it keeps gathering and gathering and gathering and gathering this enormous amount of experience. You only see again about 20% of it because you're not paying attention. You're too busy thinking about things which take you away from the experience you're truly having. But all of you that are living more now are starting to become vitalized with the references that is available. So much shit to feel, right? Not see and think about. We're always talking about vibrationalize, so feeling, if you will. So as you gather this information through your lifetimes, those are experiences that time has equated as a reference point to draw up through the ego, only through the ego of separation as existence can draw up that. You can't draw. Consciousness itself has no need to draw up memory. It puts a mechanism in place called an ego, a separated self, to use the attributes of this trifecta: time, memory, and ego. All come together to give you a life. They're all this equation. Sure, there's space, 3-dimension compression, but those are all the elementals. But the true effectors, the true energizers that change the reality are the ego understanding itself as this only. And now you've given it that, which is you, which it's why you guys are having a bad time. Some of you are bitching about your pain. Well, that's the mastery. Get over it. So this self, ego, understands itself as a reliability, a cycle, the cyclic of the now. The habited focus is plugging it in, flipping on the switch, getting this reality because it came up And it was validated, 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 validated as the truth. And then the train is running, right? Strong and hard, real. So this idea is always apparent because this now, your habits, your fears that lie in memory always are looking for what? Same thing. Doesn't that explain cycles? When are you guys not looking for things to go bad? When are you not looking for things to be better? That's the cycle, folks. You energize it, it brings up every vibrational match in that particular now of that particular memory that is on the same scaled plane, if you will, a version of you and a version of the now that you deem is right. So that comes in, memory connects, and you validate the memory and say, yeah. Every time you say, well, it was this, yeah, but you know what happened? Every time you fucking say that, every time you claim history, you claim vibration. You claim the now, you claim yourself as this experience. Remember, you have so many selves, you cannot contemplate how many fucking selves are going on in the now. There's no reason to. You're a whole God. Forget about it. You don't need to know what it is because that's mapping yourself. And you try to map yourself with that puny little fucking ego of yours, you're going to get crushed under the chaos because that's an algorithm to figure out what's going on. So this whole self is experiencing all of yourselves, and we're not concerned about all those selves. We're concerned about you. That's who you are. You have your own feeling, don't you? Your own existence. Hell yeah, I'm here. That's where you keep your focus. When your mind gives you the wanderings, leave it to the scientists and the philosophers. Leave it to the ones who are contemplating the mind in and of itself, but they are contemplating creation. But truly what they're contemplating is the construct that is put together, and they're within that world. So they have to use memory, they have to use ego, and they have to use time to understand their relationship with reality. They're actually not going to accomplish anything as far as an outcome. Oh, they're going to bring new shit to the table, and all the other equals vibrations are going to go, awesome. That's evolution. So fuck what? Go back to sleep and go evolve. Okay? But, well, you already know you can't. So you see that all that questioning line on figuring shit out is worthless. It's worthless unless you worth yourself as that, then it becomes worthy. Whatever is no longer you, you can choose it to be worthy. Like being a bitch, Brent, to your fucking brother. Being an absolute cocksucker. I was watching you the whole time you were with him. You just absolutely could not stop feeding your fucking ego. So I love feeding your worthiness. You're a fucking cocksucker for what? Well, that's a compliment in your case, isn't it? So you're a pussy licker in this idea of fucking around with your brother because you knew you were worthy. Here it is, guys. Pay attention. Of that experience. Because that's his truth. See, that's his recognizable memory. That's how it happens. Now, the emotions you have about it, I don't give a fuck. Your emotions, have them. You gave yourself that gift. I'm not going to take them away from you. I can't. So that emotional experience keeps you cycled. You guys are way the fuck past that. You got to see the meat and potatoes of it now, right? The really in-depth memory that keeps you concluded, past tense, concluded in life. Every now you use the memory, you're already a conclusion of yourself. You just don't see how stable it is in memory because you're assessing the memorandum as a version of a polarity on what's good and bad. So it always feels like change, but it's still conclusive. You're living in memory. This whole class is a memory. Parts of it are now, most of it's memory. What you got, Rox? Yeah. So you got to be rude with yourself. I would want you to be rude with yourself and kick your own fucking ass, because your habits keep you habited so easily, so constructively, because you're so proud you think you're doing something. Whenever you're telling someone to do something, you're a fucking idiot. An idiot of worthiness. The idiot that says, I want to change, but I'm going to tell you you're wrong. That's conclusive. That's memory. Because there's no rights and wrongs. Whenever you give advice, you're vibrating your worthiness in that world and receive that trifecta. It's not wrong, fuckers. It's life. You got to get up here to neutral. You got to get up here to indifference. So you can scope your nice little microscope into the reality of internal and see the functionality of your algorithms. You got to look at it from a sense of awareness up here going, I did that, I did that, I did that. And here it is, Brent. I can't change that. I have to accept it. I can't process it. I have to accept it. Even now, I just said this. He turned it into a fucking process. See, that's as worthy as he's ever going to get until he dies. There's always potential, but a memory algorithm is conclusive, isn't it? That's why you guys' lives are the same. Vibrationally, you feel the fucking same. Oh, you have your bending of your rubber bands. Oh, shitty. In mediocrity. Happy you're in mediocrity. Everything is good. Someone tells you something. Fuck! Dick! Fuck you! Scared! What do I do? Ah! Memory. All of it. The fleeting now has no memorandum. It relies on nothing. It fears nothing. It does not tilt anywhere. It is its own resolve. That's what the now is. That's how creation works. You think creation cowers at its own fucking shadow? You know what fucking pansy spineless codfish we'd be fucking floundering around if creation cowered against itself? No. Creation is. You got to become that. You got to become brave and not rely on your memory. Memory is a great thing. I mean, we don't know anything about ourselves ever. About ourselves. You get it now? See, about is not an image. It's about you. Everything you've experienced is placed about you, but you're fleeting, so you never see the experience until you give her social memory complex, soul memory complex, reflectum idea to see your lives about you. And they're not past or future. They're everywhere around you. They're always here and now, vibrational frequencies within your tuned abilities. And your tuned abilities are worthiness. You've had that. Your experience is directly equated to your self-worth. You're worthy of this much life, that's the life you get. You're worthy of this little life, that's the little life you get, if you're going to be comparative. Or you're worthy of whatever life is the truth. And it's all done through a Gnip-Gnop game. I love that game. I just always say Gnip-Gnop. You know, those four little things. Gnip-Gnop. Shoot the holes. That was a good game. Part of me, you know, part of Roxy's history. Anyways, so you're back and forth. But the back and forth is not between you and the whole self. It's between you and the memory. When you are going back and forth, you're conclusively going to have a back and forth experience. And that's all one self as an algorithm of egoic structure, imagery to preserve itself, using memory and time as a tool to have its own existence, experiential separation. That all takes place, all of it, one place, in the memory. The memory doesn't have it has an ego. The now doesn't have an ego. The now creates an ego when the consciousness, you, focus on a memory that is egoic, which all memories are egoic if you look at it from that standpoint. You can look at all your memories as experiential and never have an ego effect. Therefore, you can't have emotions about it. Human emotions. You'll have an emotion and it'll be an experience that's unmeasurable to the memory. See, when you have an experience that is equatable to memory, then it's a human experience, because that's where all your memories exist as a valid now of ego. But as you let go, listen now, listen now, listen now, listen now, listen now. As you let go of the validation ego as you, but this self, this fucking isness, then the memories are going to have a different validation, right? A different worthiness. Therefore, having a different experience with all of your memories. And that's, of course, well, the easiest one is your memories change. You give yourself a different history. That's fucking simple as shit. But what I'm talking about is the awareness of histories, the awareness of what's about you, because your relationship is not reliability. The relationship is experiential. When you are experiential, then you are not taking a goddamn fucking nail and hammering it through your feet. So you can't move as the flow of the now. You have to stay in time. Algorithm, algorithm, algorithm. If you become experiential, accepting and not defining and figuring it out and thinking, look at me, look at my memory, look at my memory, look at my memory, guys, look how experiential my memory is, and I'm going to use it to judge, to behave, to decide my next move. All memory, a world of one. There you go. You consciousness flow. Ah, ah. I am ego. I am Pleiadian. Guys, get it, right? You're really not the incarnations. You're the energizers of the incarnations. You're the experience of the incarnations. And the incarnations are not separate from you. They're consciousness, having an awareness experience just like you. You just happen to be the motherfucker with the eyes. If you're looking at the human body, you think any part of Roxanne is not having an experience? Are you going to be that fucking obtuse to say the skin that's sloughed, that falls to the ground, gets eaten by a fucking cockroach, or drive walks by, and then gets shit out is not having an experience? Is that what you're going to say? You're going to sell me on that, you memory motherfucker? Go ahead. Watch it. Watch the debate in your mind. Observe. See the truth of you. See the reliability of you. Experience is everything. You are a traveler. You are a conscious explorer. You are exploring consciousness that does not define itself in the idea of a cabinet. It is an experiencer of this incarnation as a cabinet and everything that makes it up. I'm giving the cabinet life. It now knows itself because I'm interacting with it. And when I'm not, something else is, because there's no vacuum in creation. Right? I get up and move around a little bit. Oh, you see it. You see the mastery of this fucking game. Oh my God, Roxy, I fucking love you. How did you know? Oh, you need to know smaller. Yeah. Oh, look at that, guys. Look at that. One of the gifts of consciousness. Molasses. Oh, God. Smell it? Anyone ever have a spoonful of molasses? Do you know how many sugars are in there? How many different versions of sweetness are teleported through your consciousness? See it? Right there. First you got like a stifling bark, you know, of an acidic tree that grows in the jungles. That's like the opening, the opening idea, the introduction to molasses. It's a jungle, wet as well as acidic, and then it transverses into this leather. Oh, I would say it's 1850s, Sioux Indian buffalo. That breed, that generation of Sioux Indian, we're talking on your timeline, that leather. You smell it? You taste it? Oh God, yeah. Okay, and then it leaves that, and then it circles about with a watery, but it is I would say it's a plagued water. It would be something that you would drink that you would question. It's plagued with vibration, not plagued as a That's your fucking memory, but played with vibration, something so unfamiliar, and then it ends, and then it leaves an aftertaste of like really good sex. You know, kind of like sleeping in the wet spot, I would suppose. You know? Oh yeah, after. I'm telling you, when you guys get now, I know I'm not going to give you a diabetic coma, Roxy. When you get now, you're going to understand how things translate into equations. Now, these equations can be memory, because your memory says, oh, it's sweet, tastes like food. It doesn't taste like food, it tastes like vibration. But if you rely on it, you're going to get an experience of it. But if you feel it, then you're going to bring the consciousness earth. Because where does this come from? Well, it's not man-made. It comes from earth. So all the vibrations are here. So you can taste things. You know, you guys get that like smoked flavor when you, you know, grill it with mesquite. So you have finally understood that you can have a mesquite flavor, right? Because it's embroiled in there. But that's just the beginning, because that has a cause and effect, which is memory. The reason why it has a mesquite flavor is because I cooked it with mesquite wood. You guys are missing. You're missing out. I don't have very good legs because I don't. So, anyways, I stable myself with Roxy. So, all right. Everything is done through examples, so you can reference, and you have to use your memory here. So let's not get all defensive and pissed off at the memory, because the memory is what you are able to use as a tool to equate yourself in returnship of whole. Your journey, going through the pain, enduring all the shit, deconstructing all this, thinking it's finally, this is not lollipops and rainbows, and it's not, ooh, look at us, rainbows fart. You know, not that shit. This is getting down and dirty and nasty with creation to look at it from a non-experiential point of view of memory. The experiential point of view of now. Both worlds are great. Always go back to that. Hey, I'm good with both worlds, right? I can fuck around with here, I can fuck around with here, I can do whatever I want. Why? Because I'm God. No one's judging me. I've got forever to do it. Doesn't matter. Right? If you use your memory, because the situation dictates a memory behavior, well, we all know the results of that. Go look in the fucking mirror. Fucking, I think it's a real pain in the ass. But then again, I'm a little jaded, right? I think it's a pain in the ass when you guys feel the after effect. Let's talk about the memory of 2 regrets, the after effect of a choice. Let's look at this asshole effect of making a decision that follows your heart, but you end up regretting it. But the decision turns out to be the decision of memory, but you just never recognize it as a memory decision. Fine. And then you have a regret about it, and then you are cautious with your life from now on, right? And then since you are now cautious, you finally dig into your heart and you found yourself and you have a choice, but you are cautioned about your choices. So many times in Roxy's life has she been threatened on your next decision is going to affect your life. Yeah, my life is effective, isn't it? Very effective. I'm an experiencer of creation. That's how I look at her. Maybe you can too. But anyways, so caution is the memory, because the experience of regret or whatever validates a potential now. And what's the part I want to get to that really sucks is when you guys kick your own ass laying in bed and you knew you should have. See, that is not regret. That's stifling your worthiness, and that hurts. more than anything. Isn't it? That's true pain. This other fucking pain of fear. In an instant, all your fears go away. No. We're talking about the shit that sticks with you. That transcends 20 years. Not, oh, I'm afraid I didn't pay my bills. Oh, thank God for letting me borrow the money. Everything is fine. Then you just make yourself pretty again for a while. Stable. Not that fucking pain. I'm talking when you know you wanted to fall in love with this girl and take a chance. You know you wanted to do something that's going to move your planet, and you didn't. See, that's the part that really sucks because you're cautious. That's most of your lives. That's why this is such a painful ride. Most of your lives, you're cautionary. There are, the reckless ones and the brave ones out there throwing caution to the wind and all that stuff, And as a society, you guys gotten a lot more braver. Because pretty much you're thinking, well, a lot of fears are bullshit. Now it's just maybe about status and stuff like that are the basic fears. But, you went out there and did it. You went out there and changed the collective to be more self. Now, we're not talking about the bravery of people, sailing the oceans. That's because they had nothing else to do. Going to the moon, right? It's not that they were brave. It looks that they were brave. They were scared. Oh, yeah. But they were isness, which is a different relationship. They were not memory. They were isness. They weren't cautionary. See, when you're cautionary and you make a decision off of caution and truth, then you can be deemed and screaming out a vibration of brave. That's how you become brave, is because you went against the polarity cautionary. That's how you become brave. We're not talking about that, right? John Glenn wasn't brave. John Glenn was John fucking Glenn. That's all he was. He didn't think about it. He did it. It was a big thing. Of course, up here on topside, but in here where he was laying in bed, there was no caution because there was no bravery. There was only, I have to execute this reality. If I don't, I'll feel this in the rest of my life. I'll feel a constant fucking, ice pick running through the fucking temple all the time for the rest of his fucking life if he said no to that. That's what I'm talking about. That's the exploratory self. That's the self that creates these nations. But it is becoming easier to be brave because the consequences aren't as bad. Because you guys are not, what? Look what you did with the law. Cops, everyone in the 50s and 60s and 70s feared cops. 80s, you guys are killing everyone. The cops are out there beating everybody up. You got cameras. You backed it off a little bit. And now you're going, okay, cops are really fucking dicks. But there's some good cops, too. So you're in this debate, and it's good cop, bad cop. And the society said, no, I'm not going to fuck around with you. Not many, but a few. So cops change the relationship or reality that people, hey, they're not all fucking criminals just because they're speeding, and I don't have to throw down on them and put a couple bullets into them because I didn't like the way they looked at me. Right? See, all of this is because of authentic isness, not bravery. Tired. If you don't, you feel the ice pick. Right? You already know what it is to live in a memory. Look at your lives. Look at the people around you. Look at the asleep. Look at the ones that are trying to use memory to defile you, to put you down, to bring you back into the memories of life. Why do you want to live in the memory? You're already doing that. Limitation, memory executed. With time and ego. You're the Energizer Bunny. You give it life. It blows up into a world, and you're going, yay, reality. You take away focus, and it's over here. This reality is no longer until you blow it up. Energizer Bunny. You are a creator. You're going to have to get over that. But we're all talking algorithms here. We're all talking vibrations here. You need to step into yourself at an exponential level. And don't be afraid of your memory. You need to be experiential of your memory. Your memory is a tool. It's an asset. It's a deemer of life. It gives an experience. It offers a perspective. But once you rely on it, as you have always done, then it becomes that room. You have other rooms. So understanding your consciousness is a flowing idea. Take a round little orb and put it on a track. One single track. Make it round. Make it a tube, maybe even a hypertube. Great technology coming for you guys. So anyways, this little thing, this little ball, consciousness, and start to go. And guess what? The tracks are endless and they're all directions. And every track, every iota of movement that you can picture in your mind is a lifetime, is an experience. You see that? Do you see how big creation is? Creation is now. It's not over there. You don't drive down a track and go from point A to point B, then have an experience. You're the experiencer of going to A to B. Time gives you, I started here and now I'm here. That's what time did. But in the now, you had a million lifetimes? A billion? Right? Because you moved in the now, which is truly you passing through the now and the now passing through you. Consciousness, whatever. Picture it whatever way you want. Details are not magnanimous. People always say, details, this is how the creation is. So over here and over here. Some fucking asswipe the other day, Roxy's watching 2 days ago, and I've been hanging around with Roxy all weekend, having conversations. Some fucking asswipe said, oh my God, I'm so happy. I thought he was going to take out his dick and start beating it. He was so fucking happy. He had every goddamn idea of, I have found the truth. You know that fucking guy. He's like melting in his own fucking jizz. It was a plethora of ego bleeding all over himself. He was a melting pile of cheese left in an oven of ego all over him. Oh my God. That mathematics, right? This is all about mathematics. That creation, the universe, is made of mathematics. That's his claim. Mathematics no, asswipe. You relate to universe creation as mathematical. Why don't they see they are creators? Because they have to be the memory of that's out there and I'm in it. This is the law and I'm part of this world. That's how you become that one, that world, that consciousness. You see it? Maybe that was a good example. I think that was an equatable one. This guy just bled all over himself. Oh my God, everything is mathematics. It's perfect. I'm free. No, you're in a memory. Using the tools of the memorandum to create your reality. If you had no introduction to mathematics, you would have said the whole world's made up of Doritos. You okay? Tommy G? No, put the little ones away? Very good. Okay. So we're going to keep diving into this memory thing because there's a lot of things to experience in there. But I want to get you a foundation. Listen to the foundation again. Let's review in the memory, right? So in the idea of having an experience, okay, you use your memory to have time. Time gives you memory as well. They're complementary. Now, the person that engages with memory and time in a third density world is an egoic structure. Now, that egoic structure, the reason why we call it ego is because it's a separated self. Now, you can be the same idea, memory, listen now, third density, time, everything is the same except your connection. So therefore, the relationship with it is different, right? So a Palladian understands time in a relationship of third density. It understands a memory, right? But it doesn't consider itself an ego because it understands itself from an experiencer point of view, experiential. It is not the victim to be experienced. It is the self-creator that is experiencing its own value, its own attraction, its own worth, right? So the uniqueness of humanity is the severing of the memory. I am no longer well, let's see. Yeah, a better way to say, yeah, I like that. The better way to say it is you gave yourself a memory to be severed. So the memory is in the enactment of separation. Without the memory, your connection always, but the memory is telling you you're not connection. So therefore, the memory is an experience of time and giving you a birthing separation self of egoic structure because you're just simply badasses. I mean, there's no other way to put it. You're fucking masters at this game. So there you go. Anyways, yeah. You all right, Rox? I know, I'm a little hot. Hmm. Foundation. You, creator. Gives yourself an experience of memory that says no creator. That birthed a self that is awareness within that world, that vibration of your location, space-time locale called Earth as a human incarnation. None of this was remembered, right? It's all separate, right? So you're here as a human. How the fuck did I get here? I just am, right? Okay, so that's all the enactment. You use time and you have an experience using all of this. It's all your worthiness, all of it. It's exponentially measurable. It's fucking awesome what you guys are as this. It's goddamn fucking awesome what you are as this. Both points of view. You've given yourself an in-between, a transcendence. You've created a self that is aware of the self that creates time, memory, enacts it, feels the pain, the sorrow, the happiness, the joy, feels that, separates itself as an awareness of that, an experiencer, bringing it to the energizer of the self that is whole, the experience of its own vibrational matches creation without the human emotions, without relying on the memories, seeing the memories as parts of creation to experience, all of it starting to happen, right? Starting to become more comfortable in this transcending stage. Till you see, you're not actually going to complete something where anything goes away. I would like to tell you, nothing is ever going to leave you. You're never going to get rid of shit. So stop trying to extinguish something from your awareness. Your memory absences as a vibrational match experiences that are about you, right? Your memory vibrates to a certain frequency. So when you give the ego self energy, so I'm an ego, I can only get the memory that matches the vibrational equation of me in that memory truth world, coveting truth. But you have so many other lives around you, so many other decisions you made as humans, parallels or selves. All of those are about you. They haven't gone anywhere. You're not going to get rid of them. You're not going to get rid of your own memories. What's matched is the current. Enjoy your nows, live your nows, and watch how creation starts to show you all about you and everything that's about you. Right? So let's not fuck around with trying to get rid of stuff. You guys are so fucking mesmerized about how you can heal this goddamn planet and clean it up. It's only dirty in your world, and it's only hurt when you say it is. But let me tell you, Gaia, she ain't having a bad time. Duh. Guys, you just put your fucking monsters on anything. It's like you're pissing all over creation saying, this needs to be wet because I say it is. You just piss your fucking vibrational beliefs and you throw it and you mask everything. Look at the memory of that. Look at the reliability that gives you that experience to call reptilians monsters and say Jesus is Lord, and if you don't abide by them, he's going to eat you, tear you up, and condemn you. God's going to wrath you. Huh? All that's memory. All these things are memory. And you use that to decorate your world and put it on there. Put it on there. Put it on there. Marking your territory as truth because you're so goddamn afraid to know that you're not the memory. Know that you are the now. You're so fucking afraid. No, and any of you say, I'm not afraid, you're fucking lying to yourself. You're not afraid of fear. You're not afraid of losing the house or the money. You're not afraid of getting a divorce or dying. You're afraid of knowing that you're God. Your worthiness scares the living shit out of you. So you rely on your worthiness acceptability, your memory. All right. I'm Jaded. I love you. I'm out. I'll see you tonight.